What's up, y'all? Uh, Polo Sports Talk and ENT here again with another one. Make sure you hit the like, hit the sub, also comment as well, and also make sure you're hitting the notifications as well too. Look, I want to talk to y'all for a little bit about the situation that took place a while back as it concerns Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. I don't often really talk about a thing like this because it's real sensitive to a lot of people or whatnot. But I think like the level of awareness when you speak of a situation that took place like this, it really it really speaks volume as to what type of relationship that these guys had with one another in terms of friendship and a bond and a brotherhood and a fraternity or whatnot. Uh, you see, man, Larry Bird said that he was real shooken up when he heard the news about about Magic that he couldn't even play. And you see that right there, man. That goes to show you that even though that these guys were competitive and everything, on the court, off the court, they had a genuine and a profound love for each other and a profound respect for one another. Uh, I watched. I had the luxury of being able to watch both of these two players, and as I've said before on this channel before, I felt like in terms of from a competitive standpoint and physicality standpoint and somewhat skill, but not so much. The '80s were were just was a better era. You know, that's just my opinion or whatnot. Some people can try to argue me down on it and stuff, and there will be facts given and everything. But the '80s was a very competitive time, and some people they equate me with like in the '90s more than the '80s, but that's not true. Uh, but that's neither here nor there. That's not what we're talking about. You see, man, like people have to realize that when when Magic Johnson had announced that he had the virus, the HIV virus, and everything, a lot of people were treating him different. There were people that were making silly jokes, and I'll put the link in the description. I'm sorry about it in the chat so that y'all can go ahead and come on in if you want to chop it up and talk about this. Uh, there were people that would make jokes about Magic Johnson. There were people that were didn't want to stand next to him, that didn't want to touch him. Uh, players didn't want to play. One in particular was Karl Malone, but he wasn't the only one. There were several other players that were afraid to play when he had decided to come back and ultimately play in the All Star game. And it was a rough period for Magic Johnson, and he took a lot of criticism too. Excuse me, he took a lot of criticism too as well. You know, People act like, oh, he just announced it, like in today's era, like it's and believe it or not, in today's society, man, it's not really. Some people don't even look at that as being a big deal, but back then, that was like a really big deal. And so here you have one of the faces of the league because during that time, the transition was going from man. What's up, JMJ 21? Yes, we talking about some old school. You know how we get down around here, man. Shout out to JMJ 21 though. Uh, Listen, we have to understand that during that time, Magic, Magic was kind of passing the torch. Larry was passing the torch to MJ, because MJ, you know, Magic and Larry, they saved the league, but Michael Jordan took it to a whole nother stratosphere, a whole nother level. Okay, so we have to understand that when a figurehead, a figurehead such as Magic Johnson comes out and says, "Okay, well, I have this or something like that," people are in shock. And Magic wasn't just a basketball player, man. This guy had a personality for your ass. You see it now. He gels with everybody. Everybody loves Magic and everything. Yes, was he fierce on the court when he needed to be? Absolutely. Did he Was he a competitor and had that competitive fervor and fire within his body? Absolutely. But you see it now. You see the entrepreneurial type of individual that Magic is now in today's society or whatnot. But the thing about it is that Larry had compassion. Larry, for a lot of people, was he a great trash talker, and would he get up underneath your skin and stuff like that? Yeah, but it was the type of trash talk, like he'll tell you he was gonna do something, and then he would actually do it, and then rub it in or something like that. And of course, it got a little tough. He fought numerous guys. One in particular was when he fought Dr. J. I know JMJ remembers that when him and Dr. J got into a fight and everything. But see, back then it wasn't that big of a deal. It was like you fought and then you moved on. And these guys would, okay, yeah, they would see each other or whatever, and then just the next game or something like that. It wasn't like, oh, you know what, uh, I don't want to sit next to that guy or anything like that. Now the competitiveness was there. They did hate each other in terms of I don't like that team and everything like that. But in terms of if something took place with somebody or somebody passed away or somebody got sick or something like that, there was a lot of compassion between these individuals. So JMJ 21, man, good morning to you, brother. Man, what you got on this right here, man?
Man, what's going on, Polo? Anybody on the panel in the live chat, but I'm gonna tell you this, man. Bird and Magic made the era back in '79. You already know about the NCAA championship, Indiana State versus Michigan State. You know, and they carried on that tradition. So you had added more players in the '80s. You know, that's what made the rivalry so intense. Even though you had other players, with Parrish, with McHale, with Kareem and Worthy. So, Larry Bird was more competitive. I think I think I think Larry Bird was so pissed off about not winning the championship against Magic until that 1984 season. You know, he'll still do his thing, but he'll be so pissed off. Larry Bird will go ride a lawnmower or something like that. While Magic Johnson, is still working on this game. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Larry Bird did. You know what I'm saying? Versus Magic or without Magic. But the thing I'm proud about Bird and Magic, they made the era of the NBA relevant again. Even though you had people had quadruple doubles and all that stuff with triple doubles with you know Wilt versus Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing we had to bring in, so we can have some good revenue. I know the NBA was cool still back in the days in that era. You know what I'm saying? But then the thing is 79 versus with the college basketball thing with Indiana State versus Michigan State. it was just, you still had to see that competitive state what Bird and Magic had to go through. You know what I'm saying? Bird with
Right,
his
right.
slow high part, but he still made hustles and all that stuff. Made good passes. Every time you see Larry Bird, he coming off the right block or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Larry Bird hit that left hook, Magic with the fat passes with Kareem, Norm Nixon, Jamal Wilkes, Bird with Mikael Ainge, Dennis Johnson, Nate Tiny
Maxwell.
Archibald with Robert
Maxwell.
Parrish and all this. With Robert
Cedric
Parrish,
Maxwell.
yeah, Cornbread Maxwell. He was Finals MVP back in '84, I think. I think it was '81, I think. But it was man, that was a good time in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Make all them hustles and all that stuff. Larry Bird and Magic, man. So they went back and forth a few finals back in the '80s, but you know it is what it is with that, man. You couldn't make it. You know what I'm saying? The '86 playoff, the '86 Western Conference. It was disappointing because you had Ralph Sampson, emerging player, and a Hakeem
Right,
Olajuwon emerging center. Magic
right.
with the Philadelphia 76 going against the Philadelphia 76ers and everything else, man. So
Yeah,
that was
that was
crazy.
such a joyous. That was a joyous time because we beat the Lakers, man, and I was I was I was
Well,
happy that we won. You know what I'm saying? In that one at least, you know what I'm saying?
who you
Uh,
talking about? The Rocket? The Rocket?
huh?
You talking about the Rocket?
Um, no, 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 no. When we beat when Philly,
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah,
we beat LA, you know.
yeah. Be a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? What's it called? Played in the '81 finals against the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Moses Malone. And guess who their coach
Yeah,
was? '81. Guess who their coach was with 80 '81 with Houston? Dale Harris.
Dale Harris. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man.
that was the time y'all beat you might have beat the Lakers so well there in the Western Conference Finals. Then the Celtics came along. You know what I'm saying? They had Nate Tiny. He got his last ring with them with Parrish and Bird and McHale. But you had the Rockets at '81. You had um Moses and um, Robert Reed or any one of them that was in that '81 season. You know what I'm saying? But that was a time that it was good revenue and all that stuff, man. Good revenue in the NBA, man. But the thing that messed me up, man, Magic and Bird ain't had no what's it called? Had no shoe deals off of that. You know what I'm saying? They made no McDonald's commercials or whatever they did. You know what I'm saying? They had commercials, Bird versus Magic. And it was hot at that time too. You know what I'm saying? Even with Jordan and all that good stuff. So Bird and Magic, very good. College to the pros, yes, very good. But the thing that I know he was very I know you just said when he had the HIV and it hurt Bird a little bit because of what's it called, man? Bird versus Magic again. We want to see that again. But at that time, back in '92, at that time in '92, you had Bird, Magic, Jordan, Stockton, Robinson, Ewing, um, even Christian later, Duke. uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you had a whole bunch of guys on that team. You see, man, and see that's the thing. Hey JMJ, I want you to tell these people like back in the day in the '92 man, they didn't care if it was an exhibition or not. They took it serious. You see that the
That's right.
USA basketball team they lost. They
Yeah.
lost to Australia, and
Yeah.
it's like
Had to get over.
you gotta tell people JMJ 21 man like back in them days man they didn't care if it was practice. They was out for blood. They didn't care if it was practice, if it was exhibition, preseason, whatever. They was out for blood.
Yeah, that sure was. One hit a shot, man. Go at him again. Go Magic said, go at him again. Jordan said, go at him again. Malone
Yeah,
versus Barkley. Malone versus Barkley or Robinson
yeah,
versus June. You know what I'm saying? You see, that's a Jordan that I probably didn't see, but I probably should have saw what they did in practice. And you know what
right.
that you know what's the bad the baddest part about it? They lost one game to college teams with C. Webb and Grant Hill, I think,
Yeah,
in
it
that
was C.
92
Webb, Grant
year.
Hill, Bobby Hurley, all the
Yeah,
young guys. Christian Laettner was on the other team or whatever, but they had all the college stars on there though,
hmm and
and
then Chuck
they got
Dixon,
blown out. They
wonderful.
got
Yep.
blown out. They tore them up. JMJ, you remember that?
Yeah,
Chuck Daly was like, you know what? We'll come back next time, and then they actually played. But they said though JMJ that the reason why they lost was because everybody didn't want to step on each other's toes. That Jordan didn't want to step on Magic's toes. Magic didn't want to step on Jordan, and he didn't want to step on Larry Bird's toes. All this stuff. But Larry had back problems during that time. By
yeah.
that time too, he had back problems, and a lot of people don't know, man. They're like, well, what's the big deal? Back problems ain't a big deal. Yes, it is. Your back and your knees. Shit, hell yeah, they are, nigga. Man, you can't function sometimes. If your back is giving you problems,
Uh-huh.
man, that's a hard thing. Ain't that right, JMJ, man?
Yep, yep. The bad problem is the problem, man. The bad problem is the problem. What knees and legs and all that stuff, man. But that back problem is serious though. You might have what's it called cervical or whatever the fusion. They might do fusions on your back, man, on your spinal. You see, you might as well eat lemons. Gonna have the scurvy. That still don't help though. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, Polo, that's your bird and magic, man. That was the evolution of the rivalries. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's
we
why
need
bird.
more. We need more of those. We need more rivalries and stuff. I miss the matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like even in the modern NBA, JMJ, you like to see a matchup. Vince Carter versus Kobe, or T Mac versus Kobe, or AI versus Baron Davis, or something like that.
Yeah, we don't have that
You like
stuff no more. They want to be friends and all that stuff all off the court. But when it comes to on the court, yeah, I know that. But, you know, that's the BS problem right there. You see Barkley, what's the call?
right,
I see the '93 finals that he didn't want to hug Jordan at that
you're
time.
right,
But he did hug Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
you know, Hakeem. Hakeem didn't want to hug Bird, and Ralph Sampson didn't want to hug Bird in that '86 final. So you know, the '86, the '87. It had that feel. You know. Yeah, you probably don't see Bill Walton going against Kareem up there, and when they were separated off of UCLA. You know what I'm saying? They probably want to kill each other. You know what I'm saying? Walton versus Kareem, one dunk on one put the sky hook on the other. You know what I'm saying? They were
Let
y'all UCLA buddies, but
let
I'm gonna kill this brother.
J,
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
JMJ JMJ. Let me ask you something though, because a lot of people, man, they really get on Bill Walton about, oh well, Bill Walton was trash. They look at that Bill Walton that was like in Boston and stuff like that. But JMJ, man, I want you to let people know too, man. Bill Walton coming out of UCLA and in his first, years before the injuries in Portland, Bill Walton could hoop.
Yeah, man. I remember he had what like a 2020 game. Man, it was just like Tim Duncan in the finals. He had probably have a 20 point, probably about a 15 point, 20 rebound game, 10 assists, and probably about 6 or 7 blocks. You know, that was what was forte though too. Even though against what's it called, Philadelphia, you can see that Bill Walton was trying to get the progress, but them feats, and hand, them toes and all that stuff.
What was he struggling with? I forgot what was the injuries that he was struggling with, JMJ.
I think it was a foot toe injury. You know, what I'm saying if it's the toes, man, just like Kevin McHale, I think it was the foot. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh,
don't know
okay, it
which
was feet.
one.
Okay,
The toe. If it was the toes or something like that, or the
right.
big toe, it was the doggone foot. But if it was the big toe, you gonna be struggling with that. It's so bad now you can't walk your dogs off of that
Yeah,
injury.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, man. And
You can't
injuries
walk your
rob
dog.
they
Yeah,
rob a lot of guys from their talent. Like I think about a guy like Jamal Mashburn. Remember him? Remember
yeah,
when Monster Mash when he came into the league? I was like, man, this guy is gonna be one of the greatest small forwards ever to play, man. And then when he got hurt, man, it was just like, man, it just robbed him of his quickness and his speed a little bit. He wasn't extremely fast or nothing like that, but his skill set was just so nice. You know what I'm saying? All around as an offensive juggernaut and everything.
yeah. Just
Um,
like Yao Ming, just like Yao
yeah,
Ming with
yeah, I
his
mean,
toes.
yep, yeah, I mean, another one. It's funny that you mentioned him too, JMJ, because I was on LVZ channel. Shout out to the one LVZ or LVZ NBA Talk. If you haven't sub to his channel, definitely sub to his channel. He was talking about the big man this morning.
Hmm.
The big man and the last of the dying breed, and he was talking about uh, Carl Anthony Towns this morning.
Hmm.
But he was just talking about like the big man and stuff like that, man. And I'm like, JMJ, I missed like the big man. I missed the inside out game that they used to play, man. What you think about that, bro?
Yeah, yeah. I agree with LVC wholeheartedly, man. Wholeheartedly, man. Because LVC know his game too. Just like you, Polo, and the rest of the basketball. They do basketball content. You know what I'm saying? They know their history, man. You know what I'm saying? I probably put little snippets in there. If I was wrong, I was wrong. I was right, I was right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like Polo and you, LVG, Ticket, Town Biz, whoever, man, that know this basketball sport. 7, 8, and all them, man. That's why I like them brothers, man. They could go back in the 80s. They go back in the 70s. We could go back. We won't even born there. They have Wikipedias and all that and know the history about these players.
and some of it they be lying about.
Uh-huh.
They be putting, JMJ. You see, that's why when it comes to like knowledge and stuff like that, you give the truth. They see, like, I give you an example, JMJ. They might put something on Wikipedia, right? And
Mhm.
JMJ, you'll look at it, you'll be like, man, they full of shit. That's not what happened.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's true. You gotta look at the quotes. Just like LBZ said, you got just like LBZ said, you need to look at the research and the books at the same time though. The past books, you know what I'm saying, back in the days too. So, you know, so you got to read that book off of somebody, you know what I'm saying, you know. And you say you got to look at your books first. They see the
Cause,
computerized version, you
'cause
know.
I'm gonna tell you this, JMJ. This is what I found ironic. I didn't know uh, it. Everybody got reparations except for us. What's it called? Japan. You know, they got reparations because of what happened. I think with Pearl Harbor, and then of course the Jews. They ended up getting a reparation because of what happened. You know, with the Holocaust.
Yeah,
And I just thought like I'm like, dang, we long overdue. And there's more people that got reparations too, besides our people, man. What you
that's
think
right,
about that?
man. That's BS, man. We've been getting problems with every race for 500 years, but you won't give us black folks our reps, won't get our reparations, man. That's BS, man. That's BS, and that's it, man. That's BS. If you ain't gonna do nothing, you probably gotta work hard, go to the military, go to play basketball, whatever. Or work hard for the last two. You ain't gonna work till you about 70 or something like that just to go get reparations.
Man, fuck
Yeah,
that.
yeah, man. You ain't gonna work until you about 70, man. And that's
Right.
BS, man. Yeah. But
And
other
see,
than that,
I like what Ice Cube has done though.
yeah,
You know, bringing in the Big Three. I don't know if you watched the Big Three,
yeah,
JMJ, but it's a joy to watch because one of the things I respect about Ice Cube is that he preaches ownership. He talks about ownership. Owning everything. Having your own league and see a lot of people don't realize this either. JMJ is that the NBA they took some of the ideas
yeah.
from the big three. I mean, we can't act like the NBA is just so perfect and they came up with all these ideas and stuff like that. Nah, They took a lot of the concepts away from other people. They even stole from the ABA. Remember that?
Yeah, 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 you right about that. Yeah, you right about that with you have people that coached in the ABA, and then you have people wanted ABA championship. You know what I'm saying? Like Huey Brown with the Kentucky Colonels or Dr. J with the New Jersey Nets. You know what I'm saying? They benefit from it.
That
The San
that was
Antonio,
hey JMJ. That was the real Dr. J. That was
yeah,
the real Dr. J.
yeah, with that afro and all that stuff flying up in the air,
Yeah.
flying up in the air. You know, you have San
him in the
Antonio.
dunk contest, the dunk contest with him and David Thompson, and True
Yeah,
Rock. Shout out to True Rock for TV too. If you're not sub to his channel, go sub to his channel. I need to watch the video because he said he did a video on David Thompson, but I did not see that video. Did you see that video yet? Because I need to look
no,
at
I
that,
see
man. Cause
it. Yeah, I think I saw it, but
uh,
probably David Thompson from NC State and
NC State
Raleigh.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, yeah, Reynolds Coliseum. You know what I'm saying? But it might have been Jim Valvano or something like that. But David
Yeah,
Thompson,
Jimmy B. Jimmy B.
yeah, with you know, he at one time in the NBA he went up against George Gervin for the score title. I think they said George Gervin won that one. You know, going
Right,
for the
right.
score title. So
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
yeah. So in the NBA, so David Thompson was they call him Skywalker too. So you
Yeah,
know, hmm
yeah, man. He was bad, man. I wish he wouldn't have never like got on hooked on what he got on. But what was fascinating too is that MJ had him at the Hall of Fame enshrinement.
okay.
That that was because he always looked up to David Thompson. David Thompson was like his favorite player.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
he was at the Hall of Fame enshrinement or whatever, and I never knew that. But I looked at David Thompson's game and I understood why because he was a high flyer, and like I told people, guys like Dr. J and Elgin Baylor, Connie Hawkins, and David Thompson, stuff like that. You got to pay homage to those guys before you pay homage to a guy like MJ or whatever. MJ, of course, he took it to a whole nother level, but there were guys that were flying through the air just before he was.
Yeah, just like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You said what's it called? David Thompson was his favorite player, right? But George Gervin played on his team, even though he was hurt. He played on that Chicago Bulls roster. You know what I'm saying? With George Gervin, even though he didn't play. You know what I'm saying? Because of his foot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's much respect to Jordan when he
I
did that.
I heard he treated him wrong too, JMJ. Somebody was saying that like he came in, when Jordan had came in and George Gervin was there, uh,
Mhm.
Jordan was like, real cocky and he was like, man, you ain't nobody and all that to George Gervin and stuff, man. Was that true?
Yeah, but shoot, Jordan, man, if you did that, man, very disappointed, man. You pay homage to George Gervin. You know what I'm saying? Pay homage to George Gervin too, there, bro. You see, that's the point. Everybody, they have two sides to every story. Talk about Jordan, and you talk about from one side to the next. You know what I'm saying? Jordan did this. Jordan did that. I said, okay, you got to look at the good side, got to look at the bad side, Jordan too. So, and that's a real problem with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real problem with that, man.
I was thinking like maybe it was like a competitive thing, like oh, okay, well, I don't because that's what he was doing. I guess when he was at UNC, he
Yeah,
had a real bad problem with he was a compulsive competitive a
yeah,
compulsive competitor. Like what I'm saying, he hated to lose and stuff. So he wanted to keep playing you and playing you and playing you until you win. Which it can be great. It can be really really great, but it can also be your detriment too because then
yeah,
a lot of people don't want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel uncomfortable around you and stuff like that. All you do is want to compete with everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way that he was. You know what I'm saying? He was a winner, man. But at the same time, some people didn't really look at Jordan as a great person, man. They felt like he was a coon, and then also they felt that he rubbed people the wrong way, and he didn't have a great personality. So that's what a
yeah.
lot of people said about him.
Yeah, it sure did, man. So, but other than that, Polo, I see you had some other joints stuff up in there, you know,
Say
with
say that again.
the basketball. Yeah, I see that. I said, okay,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I saw
yeah.
that. So other than that, Polo, it's good to hear from you again. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna what's it called? This other dog and what's it called? And I'll probably be back for the other last thing to do. All right,
Oh
Polo.
yeah, no,
Go
no doubt,
subscribe to
man.
Polo,
Hey,
man.
all
Go
right,
subscribe to
JMJ, man.
Polos.
Hey, okay, brother, man. Hey, it was good having you on the show, man. Besides that, man, it's been great talking with you guys. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it. Always a pleasure to have JMJ 21 here. Until then, make sure you hit the notifications too, so that you're able to get all of my notifications. And be sure to subscribe to my other channel too as well, Polo Sports News Plus. Lots of great content on there. Some of the videos that I have on there are also on here too as well. So you get a treat for both. But again, LDBC all day, man, and I'll holler at y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you have a good one there, Polo.